Hey, Raiders fans. Today we are diving deep into everything happening with the Las Vegas Raiders. And trust me, this is going to be one of the most exciting breakdowns yet. We're talking about the future of the team, the potential head coaches, and how the silver and black can set themselves up for long-term success. Right now, the Raiders are at a crossroads. With the number 1 overall pick almost certainly in their grasp, the organization has a unique opportunity to reset and build something that could dominate for years to come. But it all starts with leadership, and that means the head coaching position is under the microscope. Pete Carroll has had his time, and while he's a legendary coach with an undeniable track record, there comes a point when a team needs a fresh perspective. The energy, the strategy, the ability to maximize the talent on the roster, all of that matters, and sometimes the most respected names just aren't the right fit anymore. Fans are eager for change, and there's a sense of urgency in Las Vegas. This isn't just about replacing a coach. It's about selecting someone who can lead a franchise into a new era. Let's start by taking a look at some of the top candidates who could potentially take over the reins. At the lower end of the list, you have guys like Jeff Hafley, currently the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. Hafley has spent the past couple of seasons molding one of the more dynamic defenses in the league, and his background includes a stint as Boston College's head coach from 2020 to 2023. He's 46, which places him in that prime age for a head coaching role, experienced, but not so far removed from the modern game that he can't relate to today's athletes. He's been in football since 2001, working in both college and the NFL, and he brings that blend of traditional coaching knowledge and adaptability that teams value. While some might question whether he's ready for the biggest stage in Las Vegas, his work in building programs and developing defensive schemes is solid. He's a candidate who could quietly surprise people if given the chance, and his leadership style might just fit what the Raiders need at this point. Moving up, Mike Tomlin is a name that always generates conversation. He's been the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers since 2007 and has never had a losing season. His career record is 198 wins, 124 losses, and 2 ties, and he's a Super Bowl champion. Tomlin commands respect, knows how to manage a locker room, and has been a defensive-minded innovator throughout his career. The concern, of course, is that the Steelers haven't advanced deep into the playoffs in recent years, but that doesn't diminish Tomlin's value. He could bring discipline, toughness, and a winning mentality to a Raiders team hungry for identity. Pairing Tomlin with the right coordinators could transform this team into a perennial contender. Another interesting candidate is Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. At just 36 years old, Brady represents the new wave of offensive innovation in the NFL. His work with Josh Allen has been nothing short of spectacular, turning raw talent into a precision quarterback operation. Brady's background includes stops at LSU as a passing game coordinator and time with the Panthers, giving him a strong blend of college and professional experience. If the Raiders are looking at a future quarterback, Brady is the kind of coach who could nurture that talent, creating a system that maximizes both arm strength and decision-making. Bringing in someone like Brady could also set up a dynamic coaching duo with a complementary coordinator, giving the Raiders an edge in building a modern offensive powerhouse. Then there's Robert Saleh, a coach who has quietly earned respect despite some challenging assignments. Saleh's defensive mind is sharp, and his work with the New York Jets and other teams shows he can manage adversity and get the most out of players who might not have had prior success. Coming from the Shanahan tree, he has learned the intricacies of modern schemes, and his reputation as a likable, strategic coach means he could stabilize a locker room while installing a winning mentality. Saleh is the kind of candidate who might not grab headlines immediately, but could quietly reshape a team from the ground up. Mike McCarthy also deserves consideration. The Super Bowl-winning coach brings experience, leadership, and a history of developing quarterbacks and offensive schemes that work at the highest level. McCarthy has been through the ups and downs of coaching in high-pressure environments, and while some question his adaptability, his ability to assemble strong coaching staffs and manage elite talent cannot be understated. Pairing him with a strong general manager and innovative coordinators could set up a Raiders resurgence that's sustainable. Mike LaFleur is another intriguing name. As the Rams' offensive coordinator, LaFleur has been immersed in modern offensive strategies and has a background with some of the best minds in the NFL, including Sean McVay. His age, 38, places him in that sweet spot for combining youthful energy with professional experience. LaFleur's approach could inject innovation and creativity into a Raiders offense that needs to evolve to compete in today's fast-paced NFL. He's a calculated risk, but sometimes taking a chance on an innovative coach yields the biggest reward. Brian Flores, a defensive mastermind, could be the ideal leader for a Raiders defense looking to be aggressive and disruptive. Flores is relentless, bringing pressure and creativity in a way that challenges opposing offenses. His past as a head coach in Miami and current role with the Minnesota Vikings demonstrates his ability to lead and adapt. Paired with the right offensive staff, Flores could be the cornerstone for a balanced, high-performing Raiders team. Clint Kubiak represents the future in another way. His offensive mind, experience with quarterbacks, and ability to innovate make him a prime candidate if the Raiders intend to draft a young franchise quarterback. Kubiak's approach emphasizes development and adaptability, which aligns perfectly with building a team around a rising star at the most important position in football. Finally, Chris Shula, a defensive coordinator for the Rams, embodies the blend of pedigree, football IQ, and energy that could propel the Raiders forward. At 39, he has been immersed in football his entire life, developing a deep understanding of the game and the ability to teach and inspire players at every level. Shula brings the discipline and strategic insight of a veteran while also embracing modern approaches to the game. All of these coaches bring something unique to the table, whether it's experience, innovation, leadership, or the ability to develop young talent. For the Raiders, the decision will shape the franchise for years, and the stakes have never been higher. Fans are eager, the roster has potential, and with the right coach, the silver and black could finally reach the level that the city of Las Vegas has been waiting for. The excitement is palpable, and every move in the coming months will be dissected, analyzed, and debated by the entire football world. Now, moving forward with the Raiders coaching search, it's impossible to ignore the significance of having a plan that aligns with the future of the franchise. Drafting a quarterback isn't just about picking the best talent. It's about selecting a coach who can nurture that quarterback and build a system that fits his strengths. That's why the top 3 candidates, the ones who could truly reshape the franchise, deserve special attention. Clint Kubiak, Chris Shula, and Jesse Minter are not only excellent football minds, but they also represent a philosophy that can carry a team into the next decade. Kubiak, with his offensive focus, can create a quarterback-friendly environment that develops young signal callers into elite players. His approach is methodical yet adaptable, ensuring that the offense evolves with the talents of the roster. The Raiders have lacked that kind of offensive identity for years, often swinging between different schemes without ever establishing a consistent style. Kubiak's vision could change that permanently, giving the team a foundation to grow around their first overall pick and beyond. Chris Shula, meanwhile, brings a defensive mindset that complements the modern NFL's emphasis on balanced teams. He's been described as a football savant, someone who understands both the nuances of scheme and the psychology of motivating players. Shula's experience with the Rams has given him exposure to innovative strategies and high-pressure situations, and he's known for preparing defenses that can adapt mid-game and take advantage of opponents' weaknesses. For the Raiders, a team that has sometimes struggled to stop elite offenses, Shula's leadership could be transformative. Pairing a strong defensive coordinator with a quarterback-oriented offensive head coach like Kubiak could create a harmony in the team's philosophy, balancing high-powered offense with strategic, disciplined defense. Jesse Minter is another name that cannot be overlooked. At 42, Minter brings both youth and experience, a combination that is critical when attempting to rebuild a franchise. He's been part of multiple successful coaching staffs, working under some of the NFL's sharpest minds, and has consistently been recognized for his ability to teach complex concepts to players and get results on the field. Minter's defensive focus, paired with an innovative offensive coordinator, could produce a team that not only competes but dominates in all phases of the game. What makes Minter particularly compelling is his versatility. He's capable of adjusting his strategies to the personnel at hand, ensuring that the Raiders can maximize the talent they already have while developing the stars they plan to draft. Beyond these top three, the candidates in the 4 to 5 range offer unique strengths that could also appeal to the Raiders organization. Brian Flores, for example, combines aggression with intelligence, a rare combination that allows him to put defenses in positions to succeed while keeping offenses guessing. His approach is hands-on, and he's known for creating detailed game plans that exploit every weakness in an opponent. If paired with a dynamic offensive staff, Flores could turn the Raiders into a team that is intimidating on both sides of the ball. Mike LaFleur, as an offensive mind, brings a youthful energy that aligns with modern football trends, while Mike McCarthy's history of winning and managing elite talent makes him a safe, experienced option. Both offer paths to success, but their style differs drastically. LaFleur is more innovative, McCarthy more traditional, but both could potentially mold the Raiders into a playoff-caliber team. Meanwhile, coaches like Robert Saleh and Joe Brady bring specialized skill sets. Saleh's defensive acumen is invaluable, especially for a team that needs discipline and structure, while Brady's offensive innovation could be exactly what the Raiders need if they are intent on developing a new franchise quarterback. Brady's experience with Josh Allen demonstrates his ability to elevate a player's performance dramatically, turning potential into elite-level play. The idea of pairing Brady with a complementary coach, someone who can handle other facets of the game while letting him focus on quarterback development, is exactly the kind of strategic approach that could define the next era of Raiders football. The overall theme here is clear. The Raiders have options, and the decision they make will determine their trajectory for years. With the number 1 overall pick, the team has leverage to attract coaches who are ready to build something historic. The challenge is matching the right philosophy with the team's needs and the incoming talent. A coach like Kubiak could align perfectly with a quarterback draft choice, creating synergy between player development and strategic execution. Shula or Minter could focus on defensive consistency and tactical innovation, ensuring that the team remains competitive even in high-pressure situations. Each candidate brings different advantages, and the Raiders' leadership must weigh those carefully. The stakes are high because the margin for error in the NFL is thin. Every decision carries immediate consequences, not just in wins and losses, but in the culture and identity of the franchise. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers began leaking out of the facility early in the afternoon, but few believed them until the Raiders made it official. In a move that sent a jolt through the league, the team executed a surprise signing while simultaneously parting ways with a long-established veteran, creating an atmosphere of equal parts excitement and disbelief around the franchise. Sources close to the situation insist the sudden reinforcement had been on the Raiders' radar for weeks, but the front office operated under a cloak of near-total secrecy. The player's name is being kept deliberately in the shadows by insiders, fueling speculation that the new arrival could reshape not only the depth chart, but the entire strategic direction of the squad. Observers describe the signing as calculated, opportunistic, and even slightly audacious, hinting at a push for immediate impact rather than long-term development. The other side of the story, however, is generating just as much noise. The veteran who was cut, widely respected in the locker room and known for his leadership, reportedly did not see the move coming. Rumors suggest the decision was triggered by a combination of performance concerns, cap maneuvering, and an internal desire to inject fresh energy into the roster. Some players, privately, are said to be stunned. Others view the shift as a clear message that no role is guaranteed. Around the league, executives are already debating the motives behind the afternoon shakeup. Some believe the Raiders are bracing for a larger chain reaction of moves, perhaps even restructuring positional groups that had been considered settled. Others interpret the bold decision as a sign of urgency from a regime eager to redefine its identity. Fans, predictably, have erupted across social platforms. Optimists are calling the unexpected signing a masterstroke. Skeptics are questioning whether the team has sacrificed stability for shock value. But one thing is certain. The Raiders have captured the spotlight once again, and the rumor mill will keep spinning as long as the organization keeps operating with this level of unpredictability. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.